Hey guys, before we get into the video, we wanted to let you know that we have hoodies available now on our shop. So you can go to thisoffgridlife.com and you'll find all of our merch there, but we've just added hoodies. So we've got zip ups, pullover hoodies, and turn around. The big logos on the back on both of them. So go check them out. We'll put a link down in the description as well. Good morning and welcome back. We have pretty much no snow. There's little piles here and there from where we have plowed and it piled up, but otherwise we are totally snow-free. Greg has even been up the mountain on the back road and he got pretty far up there with no snow. So it's a crazy winter, very crazy. But since there's no snow, we have decided to keep going with siding. So we're gonna start going on the opposite wall of what we've been doing. It's gonna be very straightforward off the get-go because there's nothing in the wall. It's just blank. It's going to be straight siding, and once we get higher up there will be the windows in the bedroom, but we're just going to try and get these boards up on the bottom and get that part over with. So what we're going to be doing first is getting some of the trim ready. We've got to cut some down to size. We ended up using some of our full-length pieces for the windows, so we had to buy some lumber, unfortunately. It's just really hard to find 18-foot pieces that are clear and good to use for that. So we've bought some lumber. We're going to get that cut down to size and stained, and then we'll start putting up the rain screen strapping. So we went and put all this plastic up, but these boards that we're working with are so long that we have to work in the area where there's no plastic. It's just a little bit too tight still. All right, we cut a couple extra boards for trim, and that's gonna go around the top. Figured if I'm gonna be staining stuff, I might as well try to stain as much as possible just to get it over with. So we've got these two big pieces to go at the top of the walls. We've got the little corner piece that we need, or the corner trim. Gonna start staining. While I was staining, Greg has been processing more of the trim boards for around the windows and stuff. So he milled all these the other day and they've been drying out for a few days, but now we're just gonna get them planed down. So he's done one side of the planing, we're gonna do the other side, and then we'll run them through the table saw, and then those will be all ready to get stained. I don't think we're gonna stain them today because the stain's kind of getting chunky, so I don't wanna have any chunks on there.
So this is our window trim that goes around the window. I grossly underestimated the amount that we would need. So we will certainly have enough with what we have here.
It always happens with milling.
It's always the way it goes.
Milling to build stuff, mill a lot more than you think you need.
Give yourself 30% extra on anything construction.
Yeah. Juniper, out. Out you go. Juniper. Oh, it's like you want to come in and check it out. One. All right, we were just about to get started working for the day. We realized we don't have, is it 2x8s?
2x8s.
The 2x8, the 1x8 strapping that we're using for the corner pieces. We want to do extra wide because we have the trim, and then we need something for the siding to attach to. And we just have 2 pieces, which is not going to get this wall covered. So
It's time to go say hi to our favorite hardware store.
yeah, there goes our morning.
Nah.
At least it's sunny today. We've been in the fog for about a month, I think. So it's really nice to see the sun. All right, we found 2 more pieces. So we're going to try and get these on. Hopefully it covers everything because we need to get all the way up to the roof before we can start putting on the siding, because we want to put on the trim, which goes all the way to the top. So it would be totally fine if we could just put a little bit up for now, but because we have to go all the way to the top with this, fingers crossed.
That's like the first place. Okay.
Are you sure that's the right piece?
No, but we'll use it. Okay. To the bottom. In fact, in from the edge just a little bit. A little less. A little less. A little less. There you go. That's good.
I think it's going to go up.
So,
Anyone with chickens knows that once the hen starts walking off by itself, you should probably follow her because you might find a secret nest. And I've been noticing a few of the hens going off onto our new property, and I'm seeing Snuggles is going off on her own right now. So I'm going to keep an eye on her and see if we can find some eggs.
one big long Slimer coming up.
All right, we've got to get this piece of trim up. We've got the 2 corner, we've got each piece nailed together so it makes the corner, and it's quite heavy. It is a little bit bowed as well, so what we're gonna do is Greg's gonna hold it up. I'm gonna put some nails in the bottom once it's in the right spot, and then he's gonna work his way up the ladder and kind of force it into where we want it. And we just did a dry fit, so we know that everything's all good, but it's heavy, so here we go.
just a moment.
So the bottom of the trim?
Just a second. Sailor. Okay, come over here. Just a second. Yeah, nail it. Beautiful. Machine, but I don't think we have, I don't think we have to get the other saw today.
So we've had so much fog lately that we didn't realize that the sun in the winter, this hump right here, the sun falls behind that hump, but we know that spring is coming when the sun is past that hump, and it's like way past, and we had no idea because of how much fog we had and how much cloud and rain. We haven't been able to see the sun. Are you a guard dog? That's a little bit scared? She's a little bit scared. Go see. It's Auntie. Go see Auntie. Go see. Go see. Who is it? Who is it? I'm getting too short for this.
Get bigger, girl. Go big or go home.
All right, that's as far as we're gonna get today. We've still got to screw the rain screen strapping in at the top, so we're out of energy for the day, but it's looking awesome. It's really good to get this side started. Hopefully it won't take us very long because it's very simple. We've got the metal for the windows, we've got a bunch of wood stained, so as soon as we get up to the top later on, we can just get that installed and just keep going with the siding. And it's looking good. In the spirit of keeping busy while Greg is off on a adventure with his sister, they went out for a quad ride and only 2 people could go, so I stayed home with the animals. I'm gonna start pulling all these sticks and branches and wood from kind of down the hill below our chicken run because we've taken down a few trees over the years and this has kind of just been left because it's pretty steep and there's just a ton of sticks and branches and pieces of firewood, and some of the branches are quite big, so we've just never really cleaned it up. But I want to do something besides sitting around. Can't really work on siding without Greg, so I'm just gonna start bringing all this wood up onto the road so that it's accessible, and then at some point we can put the chipper on the tractor and get all these branches chipped up. If there's anything for firewood, I can put that in a separate pile and that'll be easy to access. And it's just gonna feel good to move my body a little bit since we've been sick and sitting around a lot. I know we've needed the rest, but I want to keep moving. So I'm going to be going up and down the hill a whole bunch. So I've got some music on Spotify, the speaker's charged, and I'm just going to start moving some wood around. So we've got this big tree actually fell on its own randomly the day that we had a friend over to fall the big pine on the other side of our yard. He dropped that tree and immediately he turned off his chainsaw and they heard this tree fall. Pretty random, but I guess it was dead. It's big, so I'm gonna wait for the quad to get here and I think I'll use the winch to tow it up because there's no sense in me trying to pull it up. It's big and heavy. And the road's kind of blocked for the tractor now, so I think my best bet will be getting the quad here when Greg gets back because it'll fit through there. And I can use the winch to pull this tree up and then I'm very close to being done. There is actually, as we go down the road, there's a little bit more branches, but we did do a bit of work to pile them up already. So that's a massive pile. We might have a fire, we might chip it, I'm not sure. But that looks so much better. We've been looking at this pile for ages thinking we need to deal with it, but it's one of those jobs that you kind of push off and push off and push off until eventually you get it done. It's gonna be so much nicer. We like to walk down that hill sometimes with the goats, so having all those branches there to slip on because they're so round on the steep hill was no fun. It's gonna be way nicer to walk down there. And I'm feeling good for moving my body today.
So you'd think that we only do siding when the weather is inclement. Maybe that's the story of us putting the siding on our home. Katie and I have made a very difficult decision. We have a little bit of extra siding. We were gonna do different siding right here, but we already have the siding. And we wanna get this project done. I mean, it's kind of been dragging on because it's been in the winter time, but we wanna get this project done so we can do other cool stuff. We've got so many plans for this place, and the siding just seems to be something that we're just kind of dragging our knuckles through because, I mean, it's winter once again, even, but we just need this done so we can move on, so we can put the addition on, so we can do all the other things that we planned. And yeah, so we've made the decision. The house is going to have this siding all the way around, minus the addition that we're putting on, which is a very small addition. It's basically just a boot room, but we've made the decision, so we're getting into it. And we're gonna get as much done as we can today, so we're that much closer to being finished the siding.
We've been asked a few times how our deck is doing with the winter. Is it slippery or not? And it's totally fine when there's snow on it. It does get a little bit slippery if it's like wet ice and we've just shoveled it, but it does kind of heat up a little bit in the daytime, even when it's freezing out and that ice melts off. So all in all, I'd say it's doing pretty good in terms of winter conditions. So while Greg is working on getting the metal around those windows, I'm just waiting for one of our power stations to charge up so we can head over to the sawmill structure. I've got to cut some of the stained wood that we have for trim down to 3.5, which is what we're doing for the windows. The wood is currently 4.5, I think, which is what we've been doing for the edge trim. We just kept everything big so that we didn't end up with too many too small and not enough big enough for the corners. So I've got the piece cut down to size for, I actually had enough 3.5 left over for half of the window. I need to cut another piece for the other half of the window down to 3.5. And it's mostly stained. I'll just have to stain the cut edge again, but that's no big deal. And then I can keep going with the siding up past the window as high as possible.
Okay.
Stay.
Let me just make sure. There we go. Yep.
All right, that's as far as I can go on this wall. We need to get more rain screen strapping up there before we can keep going, but otherwise it looks great. I'm gonna start helping Greg. We've got to get rock wool around these windows where the metal is now, and then we'll probably call it a day because I am tired. No! You little turd! Leave it. Leave it. It's not for you. Go. One. He just tried to steal the GoPro.
Would be changed, 'cause I love you so, and I'm glad you came. Oh, you walked into my life at such a dark time, when I couldn't make a move and I couldn't make a rhyme. You picked me up and dusted me off and told me I was fine. You said, oh babe, I'm yours till the end of time. You're the light in the tunnel when I'm feeling gray. You're the sun peeking through on that cold winter day. And if I could change a thing, you know nothing would be changed, 'cause I love you so, and I'm glad you came.
All right, that's what we're calling it for this video. I think we made a good call with the brown going up there. I think it's gonna be a bit more timeless. We're not gonna be trying to match any colors together, and just gonna be nice and solid and simple. And I think it'll look good. We'll do something different on the little addition that we're gonna build, and then the skirting will be a different color, and I think it's just gonna tie together nicely. We're even talking about doing the wood printed metal for the soffit, which I think will really look nice as well. So we'll have to price that out and see how it is. But I feel good, got a lot done in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you in the next one.